That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Christmas came a little late this year, as this morning we woke up and found under our virtual trees a little present in a red box and a pretty bow with the tag says, "From Kevin Feige." And we leaned down, we opened up this little box. When we opened it up, there was a dick inside. But underneath that dick in the box, there was a Daredevil trailer.
No one was with you on that one. No one, everyone stop following
People
what
who
you're saying.
people who don't watch Saturday Night Live are not going to understand that. Anyway,
I was just thinking like 7, but okay.
Yeah, that's where my brain
severed
went
head.
too. I thought it was just a severed peen.
that's what you get for Christmas. You get a dick in a box.
Don't
So
do it.
anyway,
Not coffee. I almost did a spit take.
Daredevil trailer came. The Daredevil trailer is here. And oh my God, is it delicious? It's
Specifically the Daredevil trailer.
Yeah.
Yes, the Daredevil trailer
I think
itself.
it was below the thing.
Yeah.
So good. So great. Because here's why this trailer was so great. On 2 different levels.
All right.
One, it showed that it's brutal. Like when they literally show the guy in the trailer getting his freaking arm snapped in half. And not even snapped in half. Like
Ooh,
then the blood starts coming out of it. And like all the brutal violence and all that kind of stuff.
You got this guy with the glass.
Oh my God. And this is just a trailer.
This is gonna be gnarly. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I can't watch.
I bet there's gonna be some eye violence.
There's gonna be so much eye violence.
There's
We
so much
know.
eye violence.
This leg snap.
Yeah.
Oh, but again, wasn't just the arm snap. It was the arm snap.
And it's
Because we see
lead.
arm snaps all the time. The arm snap and then blood.
Blood.
Like
Because you actually see the bone. Like the
Yeah.
outline of the bone.
It was like Dante's Peak.
Now, the reason I think that's so great is because, well, number one, as Daredevil is a street level, visceral, violent character, that's going to be part of it, right? But I love it too because, again, even though we just got Deadpool and Wolverine, which was by far the dirtiest, filthiest, most violent Deadpool movie yet, everybody was afraid of the Disneyfication of it, and they blew that out of the water. There were still a lot of people I would see online that were afraid that Disney was going to take Daredevil and Disneyfy it. Oh, it's not going to actually be as mature. It's not going to be as action oriented. It's not going to be as violent. They're going to clean it up. They're going to make it nice and tidy and stuff like that. And to me, this trailer was a very loud megaphone statement saying, no, it isn't. Like, hey, maybe the show doesn't end up being good. Maybe the show won't be as good as it was before. I'm sure they think they probably make the best season yet. But even if it's not, it ain't Disneyfied. We're going to go visceral and violent and dark and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to be there. So somebody's asking in live chat, is it R-rated? TV shows don't get R ratings. Just, this is a TV show, not a movie. It'll probably be TVMA.
Yeah.
So I love that part of it. But the second part of it that I loved is that it doesn't seem, from just what we saw in a brief trailer, it doesn't seem like they're skimping on the depth.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just going, oh, just make it super violent. And no, that scene, even the brief look we get at it of just Kingpin and Matt sitting in the diner, and just the dialogue and the tension in it. Thank you for taking the time.
Mm-hmm.
I must confess it's not completely unpleasant to see you. And like, what's the line Kingpin says, talking about how the violence controls us.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to remember the exact wording of it, but somebody in the live chat who's got the exact wording, but there's this line in it that I thought is like just one of the best lines ever from a Disney Plus TV show.
They basically become addicted to the power that it brings.
Or how that violent nature, the violence in us controls us, and it becomes something like that. It was such a great line, and that whole tension of that and everything, it's like, yeah, this is what I remember about the old Daredevil show, that it had great dialogue, great tension. And then when it came time to throw the switch, Marcus Wine live chat, what is violence if not grief persevering?
Okay.
Which is taken from the greatest line in a Marvel TV show. But just that they then throw a switch from this depth and tension and great story and then throw a switch and it just become this wild, radically violent kind of thing. That's the brilliance of the ballet that Daredevil's always done, balancing those two aspects of it. Of course, seeing John Bernthal back as Frank, so good. I just love that line. We saw it in the D23 trailer, but that line, would you mind putting the hatchet down? It's like, says the blind man. Again, I thought this trailer was spectacular. Doesn't mean the show's going to be great. The jury's still out on that, right? Let me just, for all the people, just because the trailer's good, John. I know. I'm acknowledging that. Great trailer doesn't automatically mean great show or movie. 100% I agree with you. But we're talking about the trailer today. And the trailer was something special. The trailer was really, really good. So top marks to them. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, CookUnity. You ever feel like so much of your day revolves around planning meals or preparing food, especially when you're trying to eat healthier? I know we all do, but that all changes when you discover CookUnity. Now you can enjoy vibrant, chef-crafted meals without spending hours in the kitchen. It's freed up so much of my time and energy to focus on my other goals. CookUnity partners with award-winning chefs, the same chefs you see on TV and those 5-star restaurants, to create small batch meals just for you. These meals are made with fresh, local, in-season ingredients delivered right to your door. And here's the best part. They arrive fresh, not frozen, and all it takes is a few minutes to heat them up. I recently tried their Mom's Sunday Sauce Rigatoni, and it was incredible. Plus, knowing that I'm supporting local chefs and sustainable suppliers makes every bite even better. Whether you want variety, convenience, or just better food, CookUnity has it all. Reset your routine with convenient, mouth-watering meals crafted with local ingredients by award-winning chefs. Go to cookunity.com/Campea or enter the code Campea before checkout for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using the code Campea or by going to cookunity.com/Campea. Chris, what did you think about the trailer overall? Was there anything in it that stood out to you?
Oh man, it was killer. It was so great. I just loved seeing our three buddies walking down the street together again.
Oh yeah, because I think one of them's dying.
Why do you all want my characters to die?
I just.
Why can't I just have a nice day where everybody lives?
That would be a nice day, wouldn't it?
Just let the avocados at law be fine. Let them hang out. I think one of my big takeaways from this too was because last year we had, I think Echo was still 2024, yeah? And then Agatha. Those were our two series that we had. And Agatha was great and looked great and everything. Echo, I enjoyed a bit more than everyone else in this room. This show looks simultaneously so expensive in the way that it's shot and lit and so comic booky at the same time.
Yeah.
Like there is a very kind of Frank Miller lighting to everything too, where people's faces are kind of halfway shadowed that I'm really enjoying. I really, really think that everything just looks so rich and again, just has these kind of graphic novel full page spread moments that is so cool.
This looks very Frank Miller.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm hoping we have a lot of that throughout the series. I hope we have some moments that just look like a really beautiful kind of page out of a graphic novel, because that's one of the things that I think this show can achieve in such a great way is just doing a lot of show, not telling.
Yeah.
And we get that in this trailer too. Love this shot. This is
with the
great
different
with all the different hats.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm really pumped about this. I do want to learn more about our other characters who are popping up here. You know, we get a little glimpse of Heather Glenn and everything as well. Want to know more about her and how that's going to factor into this as well. I'm excited. This moved the needle for me. I was already pumped about the show, but man, it's nice when you see a trailer and you go, oh, I was right to be excited.
I wonder, one of the lines that really haunted it in me was when Kingpin and Matt are talking and Matt says a line was crossed.
Right.
Two different ways to interpret that. He crossed a line. I think that's the way most people are interpreting it, that Matt is saying that he himself crossed a line. And because he crossed a line, he had to back off. Another way to interpret it, though, getting back to Foggy, is saying that Foggy ended up getting killed. Like maybe he means a personal line or a pain threshold line or something that ended up with Foggy getting killed. Maybe yes, maybe no. We're just speculating at this time. But that whole part of him just saying a line was crossed, it just immediately made my brain cells like start firing, trying to figure out, oh, what does he mean by that? And like, did he, like, maybe somebody killed Foggy and then he hauled off and just brutally murdered the person who did it? Or, I mean, I don't know. It could be a mixture of the two, but that was a very, very intense line for me
Mhm.
that I really like. What do you think he meant by it when he said a line was crossed?
I feel like he's talking about himself.
Mm.
I feel like, because that was such a big through line, at least in the last series with Foggy, of you're losing yourself to the devil. You're not you do these things right. You became a lawyer for a reason. You don't have to go around beating people to death to get justice. Do it by the book. And I'm wondering if we're going to have more of that, of him crossing that line physically and having to pull himself back so that he can keep the people in his life who love and care about him. Because it is such a fine line too, of if he is just taking out the trash, how does that make him different than the villains that he's fighting? You know, that old kind of Batman adage.
Do you think that helmet reveal where he's in that room and the door opens and then we see all the helmets? Do you think that's in the last episode?
No, I mean, it's a good question, but Marvel tends to show in their trailers the stuff that happens in the first 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that's probably something that's going to
So-
be, including, don't forget, he's got the one cowl there that's from She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think because the way the trailer came off to me was it's him trying to get back into the Daredevil suit, the whole series. Like, you know how he's talking
No way.
to Fizz? Because like some of the
No
scenes,
way.
he has that red mask on.
No,
Yeah.
He has that red
that's
set-
actually my
That's
fear.
not him? That's not him?
No, the audience, they'll lose the audience if Daredevil doesn't have Daredevil until the final 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah,
But
that's
him
my
with
fear.
the bag on his head, right? That red sack.
Well, we don't
Maybe.
know. Maybe.
Maybe, could be, not really sure. By the way, Pascal in the live chat gave us the quote, "It's hard to come to terms with the violent nature, hating the power it has over us." That was a terrible Kingpin, I'm
I was
sorry.
going to
but,
say, Jonathan, you do it.
but it was
Too late.
Yeah, yeah. Can you read the line? But it's a great line. It's a fabulous, fabulous line. Anyway, I love this trailer. I cannot wait for this series. Guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to check out the Daredevil trailer? If so, what did you think about it? You got any thoughts on it? Jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.